Take out the Righteous Valkyrie. Draw. No zombie because it's broken. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. Hope you're all having a magical day, and thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. Free-to-play content on the menu. Your favorite Artisan deck builders back with another banger. If you're unfamiliar, new to the Magic the Gathering, Artisan is a free-to-play or budget-friendly format consisting of only commons and uncommon cards. Very exciting. None of those pesky rares and mythics. Now, does that mean we'll get to play against a fair field in a full-time Artisan queue? Well, no. But that's not going to stop us from creating some content for everyone today. And this deck is actually fairly competitive, right? We are tearing up these rare droppers with, this budget-friendly build for everyone. It's a Dimir sacrifice build, and in this video, we'll break down the deck list, talk about the strategies and synergies, showcasing all of this within the gameplay footage, and then wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review, all the goodies that you require. So make sure to like the video and let's take a look at the deck. Alrighty then, eat eggs. All right, go suck an egg. It's the Biolume egg for 3 mana, a 0/4 defender, and whenever it enters the battlefield, scry 2. First of all, that's fantastic. Engineering your next 2 draws, that's so powerful. And then whenever you sacrifice Biolume egg, return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Into the Serpent, it's a 4/4. You can sacrifice 2 islands, and now it cannot be blocked, which is fairly consistent, finisher damage, right? Because we don't want to be sacrificing our islands too early, but if it does provide us with lethal, go ahead and get it, son. That's kind of what we have going on here. Comparing it, or pairing it, I should say, alongside the Ghoulish Procession for 2. Whenever one or more non-token dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with decay, this ability triggering only once each turn. And the Morbid Opportunist for 3 in a similar fashion. Whenever one or more creature dies, draw a card, triggering only once each turn, right? So once during your turn and once during your opponent's turn, you can draw a card and create a 2/2 black zombie for each copy of the Procession and Opportunist that you happen to have in play, as they are non-legendary and can stack, which is pretty cool. Of course, through this, we'll need a way to self-sacrifice our creatures, and there's plenty of ways to do this. On our opponent's turn at instant speed, on our turn at sorcery speed. First off, the Deadly Dispute for 2, instant speed. Sacrifice a creature and as an additional cost, and then draw 2 cards, create a treasure token, right? Also at instant speed, we have a little chat, a new card for 2. Casualty 1, which means we get to sacrifice a creature with power 1 or greater. Looking at the top 2 cards of our library, putting one of them into your hand, one into the other of the bottom of our library. So this is fantastic, other than the fact that the egg has 0 toughness. So you will need to keep that in mind, that a little chat cannot grab the egg. And that's why, we have both in deck, as the little chat can grab anything else. But just something you'll need to keep in mind. Of course, you can get around that with things like slip out the back and put a +1/+1 counter on that egg. But you're just going to be sacrificing it anyway, so it does seem kind of convoluted, but if the situation requires it, whatever, right? We also have Make It Disappear at instant speed, also with Casualty 1, counter target spell unless its controller pays 2, so, the same thing as a little chat goes here with Casualty to keep in mind. Now, as far as sorcery speed, or things on our own turn, first off, we have the Ecstatic Awakener's own ability for 3. It's a 1/1 for 1, in which we can pay 3 to sacrifice another creature, drawing a card, and then transforming the Awakener into the Demon only once each turn, obviously. And that's going to be a 4/4 as well, much like the egg, which is pretty cool. So, some nice sized bodies in play. We can also sacrifice that sorcery speed through Eden Alive for 1. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature or pay an additional 4 to exile target creature or planeswalker, right? So that's going to take care of them quite nicely. And that's kind of what we have for sacrifice effects, which is pretty cool. So, instant speed, sorcery speed. Obviously, the instant speed can double down at sorcery speed. But again, if you want to be min-maxing, you'll be sacrificing on your turn, on their turn, and furthermore, incorporating organic death effects, whether they be on yours or theirs, as part of that equation. So you can do this on each player's turn consecutively, turn after turn, which is really, really where the value does start. We're in. Filling out the edges of the deck, Delver of the Secrets, it's a body which you can sacrifice if you need. If not, it potentially is a 3/2 with flying, and at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card if it's an instant or sorcery you get to transform. So, you know, worst case scenario, it's something that we can sacrifice later to make a zombie to get a draw to help us get through our deck. Best case scenario, it's going to help us get some damage in early on when it transforms. In a similar fashion, the Shambling Ghast, you know, 1/1, when it dies, either create a treasure or creature gets -1/-1. So the fact that we can ramp ourselves is nice. Not that we're ramping very far, but to double play each turn is nice. And the added removal potentially through that 1/1 is also super duper acceptable. We have the Fairy Vandal. Now, this is one of the main cards of the deck. 1/2 for 2 with flash and flying. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on the Fairy Vandal, right? So your main cards that you're focused on are going to be the Morbid Opportunist. It's going to be the Fairy Vandal, right? And then removal. To sustain a lot of your removal, you're going to need a Ghoulish Possession, right? That also helps you sustain the draw, which finds your removal. And then things like Eaten Alive, right? You get to sacrifice, which triggers your things. It's going to get you the draw. It's going to remove your creature, pushes the Vandal up, stuff like that, right? And then we just have really good added value through the Egg, through the Awakener, free to play friendly. The new cards that help support, you know, that sacrifice on each player's turn through the Casualty, which is nice. Of course, we still have Deadly Dispute there to help us through that aspect as well. We did have in one of the matches 2 copies of Infernal Grasp, but we were losing life, so we decided, you know what, let's take out that for Slip Out the Back instead, and then the deck started performing really, really well, which is nice because, you know, protecting your Fairy Vandal, protecting your Morbid Opportunist is going to be the name of the game to help you ensure consistent draw and damage in opponent, which is nice. And then, you know, the Dispute is great as a counterspell, as a land, you know, just free to play. And then we talked about the Delver, Shambling Ghast, just kind of being the filler cards around the edge as well. So absolutely loving this build. If you are looking for a very obtainable deck, this is the one. Obviously, no commons, no rares or mythic cards to save your wild cards, which is fantastic. So only commons and uncommons, known as an artisan build. Whew. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a YouTube member to help keep these lights on and the decks a coming. See you soon with our wrap-up thoughts. Alright, our opponent goes first. I'm gonna mulligan. Better land, keep 6, throw an opportunity. I think 1 is enough, often, on our 3rd land, and we're ready to rumble. Let's go. Fairy Vandal's pretty. I'll write that with our Opportunist. Very, very well. Valkyrie out. Right. That land. Delver. Loving the Angel matchup. Overseer, you Valkyrie gets up. Hit for 2. Hashtag or yikes a lot. 9 in and out opportunity. Out. 1. Block the flyers. Trade their angel. I'm okay with that because we draw on our. Second Overseer. Okay. Valkyrie's up 2, 3, 5. Isn't the end of the day because we can. And in tapped. Takes more of those. Fine. English Precision. Attack for 2. 5. Attack a creature, kill the Valkyrie. Zombie. Draw a card. Wow. Should we do it? No other way to. End turn. Just them having flying is going to be really good. lands. Angel. Oh, another nice angel. Loving those play Q decks. Here's a Vandal just to help us get him. We will sacrifice here. Take out the Righteous Valkyrie. Draw. No zombie because of the token. Now the Vandal can block the Hope. Cast. First. No attacks. A Vandal can get in front of these Inspiring Overseers as well. Like, you know, they are going wide on us, right? We only have one of them out. But to start... Oh, 3 of them. Cool. Third land, another Righteous Valkyrie. Say, hey, yo! Land out, opportunity out. Attacks that Overseer is so freaking buff as a 5/4 thanks to the Font of Hope. Isn't that crazy? Like, oh, a 2/1 draw card, which is regular value, now becomes 5/4. Like, that's... Okay. Nice. You can literally just run the Font of Hope with the Overseer. I'm out. Angels is in a very competitive spot right now. Take one of them, we're down to 2, which, again, most likely just turn. We double draw. It's not what we want to see. Our Vandal goes up. We're needing card removal. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. Get him back into play. Oh my gosh. So we need 4 mana confirmed, which... Can draw here. But this doesn't die until the end of the turn. Maybe they'll just not let it through, though. There's a good chance they just take the damage, I'd assume. We don't get the draw until end. Oh no, it's after... It's been a while since I've... Regardless, now we get a double draw. Pass me. First. Certainly would have been a better field. Let's do it next turn. Well, no, because it won't be our second card next turn. No, it will be because of the opportunity to sacrifice the gap. Alright, let's see the attacks. Kill the Overseer. Casualty the Ghast. -1 on the Overseer. Zombie. Need this removal, but we're down to 2 life already. Take the land. Fucks. Bacon air, please. Oh. Fuck. Here. Not great. Not great. Oh, now Righteous Valkyrie. That's fun. Alive is very good for us here. Need it maybe for life gain. Also another flyer. Flyers are getting us. Still a match somehow. Out of this. Take the decay, draw first. Yeah. Because we could always just play the egg and then sack. Needed enough being alive for more life. Grab the egg. Both lands go. Tries always. Then since he Valkyrie. Egg. Tokens. It's still game. They have 2 flyers. 1. Fortunate, but I mean, deck popping off, right? The Fairy Vandal is a quite nice. We may have misstepped and not played our Vandals early enough to push them all up, but they first lock up for our opponent game. Get a win. We'll get a win. Going first. Find the hand. It's there. It's a little slow, but often are. Consistent. At least them as consistent, yo. Double drop on 2. Definitely allowable. Got that Vandal up next. Pull the removal on the Delver, guaranteed. Well, you know what? Thanks for the meat. Goes up next turn. First Delver, that's fine. And that might be because, you know, if it does push up, it's gonna leave the meat dust. All that. Guys, close. Up. Go. Oh. That's pretty good because then we can Vandal chat. Of course, chat's gonna slay the egg. 4 draws us a card. Actually, draws us 2 cards. Which is up the Vandal as well. And we can do it instant speed. Double draw for the Vandal. Typically, you know, if it's draw 1, you have to do that on your own turn for the Vandal. Oh, wow. Okay, some of our own madness here. Just take it. The Opportunist, it just goes. Just get it out of here. As far as a free-to-play card goes, that's the one. That's the one. Alright, so now we can hit for 1. In our turn with Vandal on their end. Up. We have Blood Chief's Thirst, which is a very good card against us. Maybe even something ourselves could run. Peek down heavy, ayo. Good draw engine. It. That was my sacrifice target. But grab it anyways. We'll make handle the hand. Cute to hand. That's not too shabby. You want to be sacrificing that treasure with the, right? Flish out. Going for 4. Trade. No, that's damage. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And then I guess it's like a Fairy Vandalin on their end step. Draw. If they're on a full hand, just always let them draw. If they're on an empty hand, then you might want to, but they already have cards to play, right? So if you're adding more to that, it's like whatever. Hell Priest out. No Menace. Life gain as well, which is good. Play our Vandal. Vandal. Attack the treasure. Candles go up. We could have waited on that, but I want to see what we get draw-wise. Interact now. Well, that's fine. Why we have 2 of them, right? Continue to harass them, this time for 6. Power word on the Serpent. Token in response. Not great. We do have the Opportunist Slam alongside the Procession. Pretty juicy value-wise. Yeah, give him the draw. There you go. Remove from combat. 2, they gain 2. The K-Zombie cannot block. Yep. That can shake down heavy. Now that is juicy. And a Jadar. Okay, wow. Here's our draw for this turn. Good damage, right? For 4 down to 10. Ooh. What would we remove? Their life gain? All Priest? And Jadar. Beautiful. Two rares off the field. Common card. Oh, wow. Wowee. They're down to 10. Really just does stifle their turn. We can block the K-Zombie. Move the 6/6s. So many guards here. We get the draw off of the K-Zombie, which is nice. Left it. Say. Soul Shatter. Maxing. After the Hey. Graveyard Trespasser. That's gonna gain them life to 11. Which is fairly frustrating. Land Vandal. Draw. Okay. A bunch. Take out Trespasser. Because of the life gain. Land, eat. For 8. Hey, look at us go. There's been a lot of rares played against us. I mean, these are just common removal, but rares and... Oh. 12 damage. I'm gonna take it this time. Because either hit for lethal or not. Need 2 removal spells out of 3 in hand. Little Vandal goes. That trigger the Ghoulish Procession? It does. Game. We did it! We got a win! And that was a pretty good one too, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, Shakedown Heavy is so fantastic when it was previewed, but it's like, well, you can actually just remove it from combat as long as you want. It actually doesn't do any damage. It's a draw engine that can be removed. Did it do a lot of work for our opponent? Yes. But did it win them the game? No. Happy that we did get a win. That's nice. Okay, our opponent goes first. Land is here. That's good, right? Oh. We have the option not to play low, and I think take it. Turn 1 Delver. Gaz. Fine. Hold up this kill. And we have a little chat as well, but I don't want to cast that value. I'm really scared of the... Obviously a life gain deck we're facing. Anything. Not great, but they're probably after the draw. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's the life gain trick. I'm just gonna... Get that out of here. Get that freaking thing out of here. District out again, holding up Walrus Disruption, I suppose. Potentially 5 mana. Might not do the job we wanted. Dang it. Dang it! Just draw a card, I suppose. Lots of land, considering we only have 20 of them in build. Awakener. Gas. Hold up Dispute still. Return, it's less likely than it fires off. Unless they start double casting, right? We get it on that second spell. Tapped. I mean, we have removal too if it's something scary. Gain life on tap it. This is a 5/4. doesn't untap. Gonna take some damage here. Treasure. Get our draw. Can't hit. But if they're gonna hit us back. Suppose we just hope they don't have another rune of sustenance on it. Take the chance. That would immediately untap it each. Worst case scenario, we cast Eaten Alive. 4 damage. Should have attacked before they played the... Taking a turn. Big. And can definitely go at this point. Yeah, let's just attack a creature. Over. This is going to transform our egg and most importantly open up our attack lane. Hold up Walrus Disruption. Turn. Egg is back. There's no draw because we took them below their last total. Keeper's fine. Counter for... It's gonna slow us down. That's the most free-to-play card we've seen today. I don't see them draw. Oh, they get it. Ash for 6. Definitely not bad. Delver out. Great chill. Really wanted we could sack that land for a draw at this point. Another rune of sustenance for a draw. Glad we got rid of that 4/5. And okay. Five, so that's all we could tax them for. Lose our serpent. Dirty dog. But I... No, they can take it. First. Get that angel anyways, right? Transform? No. What's up with all this land, yo? No way they gain 3. Feel great. This Delver will eventually transform and get our value out of it. And that's great that we're both flooding. Game. Beautiful. Going first, hand is nice. Awakener on 1. District on 2 with a backup Awakener. Then egg on 3. Oh. Oh, wow. Still gonna go slow. Like that Vandal, though, that's a good card. Don't necessarily have second draws yet. I don't want to necessarily risk it to removal while it's not doing anything. Egg. 2. Fourth land is good. Little cat is good as well. Yeah. Do not mind that. Hit for 2. Ado.
Get in,
Yikes.
get out.
Become token.
It's like your defenses aren't even there.
And is a go. Session out. Kill the token. The egg. For 2. Comes back, right? This is a nice field state. Get wiped. A cycle. Interesting. Must have an excess amount of land. That. I like this. Plenty of vision is I think underrated. Glorious Disruption's fantastic, but the vision is really, really good too. Still out. Full control. Here. House. We have to be in full control for the decay, or it self-sacrifices, so we hit for 2, and then while in full control, before the decay goes off, we can casualty that. We would lose it anyways, right? It's gonna put the Vandal. Bro. Why we copied it, right? That Eden Alive. Probably what we want to see. Land in play. Turn. Serpent can sacrifice islands to become unblockable. Also sacrifice District to draw that second card for the Vandal. Cast out. Bacon. Cast. Draws us our second card. Create a treasure. Creates a zombie. Creates the 4/4. What up, what up, what up? Swing for 11. Here's removal on our Serpent. It's to be expected, there's some interaction. Still hitting for 7 down to 2. Fading Hope on the Demon? Question mark. They have something else. It is, wow. Holy Toledo's turn. Okay, so they need a field wipe. But that field wipe creates the zombies. So they need to exile. Right? It can't be a destroy because we're going to get a zombie, and that hits for lethal. Good game. Like, I like this deck as far as free play goes. It's not like they weren't doing anything. They have all the rare lands they want. They've got planeswalkers and full. Just out here with our eggs. Nice. Well, holy Toledo's. Eat eggs, baby. Let's go. So how do you upgrade the deck? Well, you don't. You complete a mythic deck instead. Or, a tier 1 deck. However, the cheat hook, the meat hook, anybody? That goes in this deck absolutely perfectly. Thoughts as to where we can go with the deck? Not much we can change. I would say that there's 8 cards that we could play with. Shambling Gas, I actually really don't mind in the deck either. I think that's pretty cool. But the rest of the deck I do think should definitely stay. There's room to play with a little chat, make disappear, deadly as far as our totals go. But, the Morbid Opportunist, the Fairy Vandal, the Ghoulish Procession, none of those are leaving. Eaten Alive is not leaving. The Awakener and the Egg, I think, are fantastic as well. So it does really just bring us back to, well, there's a couple of these early game 1-drops that we can play around with and different things we want. Potentially there's the Artifact Bird for 1 that can help us scry. It could be more consistent than just Delver if we find ourselves not getting to transform it and only sacrificing it. Of course, only time will tell, as we'll need to put in more games. However, really liking where this deck seems to be going. Thanks for your time and attention. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, for help keep the lights on, and have a magical day. We'll see you next.